Yeah, not that one. No, not that one.
I'll put that you, but we're redoing it. I think it's Joe. Oh my god!
It is, isn't it?
It is. What's his first choice?
5.
Nah, we redo that, mate.
Hey, I'll rewind the camera.
Take 2.
Oh, God's sake.
Pull another one then. I can't believe that 2 times in a row he's come out first.
He's
And
not even here. Dan.
1. No, there's no stopping him there. He's straight on there.
Yeah, here we go. That's 2 out, isn't it? That's game over.
Chris.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on a sec, you've got Chris Orr in it, or Chris?
No, yours says fudge.
I would blank that one.
I'll go 12.
12.
Carl.
5. 5's gone.
Joe's in 5, isn't he?
Joe's in 5.
No. No, I'll keep it right.
I'll go 7.
Ah.
Controversial. Because you can go Joe.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Who's going to put out who's left?
Me and you.
Oh, yeah.
Phil.
Fucking hell. Terrific.
Andy.
After they'll be lost. Phil, I can't believe it! It's the fix, mate.
I'll have 3.
You got a
3.
Oh, sweet, I've got an 8. Lovely. Lovely. You an 8?
Yeah.
What did you choose then?
You chose 8.
What's left then?
10.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just for the.
Yeah, I'll just fucking
Just
do
for
the
the.
camera work.
Just for the rest. Just for the.
That's a good swim, mate, then.
Yeah.
John. Zig. Perfect zig swim.
You come out last time as well.
It's a zig swim.
We need to redo this, mate.
Yeah.
Joe needs to swap up. Just think, he ain't going to know, is it? We all have a pact here. Everyone, stop recording, Joe. Right, we'll redo it there. Everyone's like, Joe come out last, I come out first. I'm in 5.
Oh dear.
How you feeling, Fudge?
What?
How you feeling?
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Love it, mum. Love it.
Love it, mum, love it.
So we're just down on Linbrook for 72 hours. Just done the draw as you've seen. A few happy faces, a few sad ones. All the boys are now out, getting all their gear ready, getting the rods out. Hopeful for an early bite. There's been a lot of activity on the lake. We've been fortunate enough to know the group that we're on before, so we've got a little bit of an insight into what's going on. We're hoping to move that forward into our session and bring a few fish for the cameras. Just had this little common, just under £17. First one out on the social. Caught after the rod being out for 10 minutes. 5-foot zig. All the components from our new zig range. Black foam, black aligner, and our new test hooks in a wide gate BP. Well happy with this. Gets us off the mark for this social.
Come on. Proper wood carving.
Second one of the trip, this one for me. Angry lean up a double mirror. Caught on the same tactics as the last one. Little black zig, fished at 4.5 foot depth. We're going to get a slip back and then we might even run you through the rigs that we're using.
Well, after pulling out last in the draw yet again, second year running, nice to get off the mark on DSD new zig kits on a black bit of foam. I'm not sure how big it is, probably mid-double, but I'll take it. Happy days.
A little bit airy there, playing it under the other rods, but we've got away with it. It's in the net. We'll get it out, give you guys a show. Third one of the session for me. Fall into the same tactics again. Little black zig, 5 foot off the deck. The biggest stamp of fish seems to be coming off the bottom though. Phil's had 2 at mid-20s, so I'm holding out for that baited spot to produce a big one tonight. So you've just seen me slip back the third fish in my session, so I thought I'd run you through how I've attacked the session and also how the rest of the session's going for the other lads. My right hand and my middle rod are both fished on zigs. Middle rod's at 4.5 and the right hand rod at 5, and they are being cast to where the fish are showing. They've been very active since we got here, so they're giving us an idea of where they are, so we're fishing to them. My left hand rod I'm fishing on the bottom on a little Ronnie, and that's over a bed of bait. I chose to fish a single on the first night, but I put some bait out there today. A mix of particle and also a decent amount of boilie. Phil next door, well, we've missed every other swim, so he's one swim missed out, then he's in 3. He's had 2, both off the deck, and a better stamp of fish than I've been having. So mid-20s, I think the biggest he's had is 27. And then Chris over in peg 10, come out last in the draw, but he's managed to nick one on a zig. I think he's fishing is at 7 foot over that side. The other areas have been fairly quiet, to be fair. I think there's been a lot of fish out in front of Carl in peg 7. He hasn't managed to nick one yet, and I believe Chris lost one out of peg 12. As did Chris in peg 10, I believe he lost one as well. So had they been landed, we'd be on 8 fish now, 24 hours in, and I think we would have taken out at the start of the session. So as I've said, the fish have been very active since we got here. I've just seen 2 roll just beyond my middle rod. So it's looking good for another bite or 2 tonight.
Lovely little Linbrook mirror.
All right, mate. Well, we've just seen you slip back the fourth one in the session.
Yeah, another nice scaly one.
Thought we'd get you to put a kettle on, have a cup of tea and a little chat,
Yeah.
so you can talk us through what you've been doing, mate. What have you got out in front of you?
No, there's a little gravel bar at 12 wraps.
Yep.
Found that on the first day. Had fish on the first night, so I've carried on moving my middle rod onto that as well. Fishing PVA bags, just a little 6-inch hook link.
Yep.
Sniper hooks, size 6. And a little kicker, little yellow kickers.
Nice.
They've all come off that left hand spot.
So your middle and your right hand rod haven't been doing much?
Middle's done nothing, even though I've moved it onto that left hand spot now. And the right hand rod, I went with the zigs, as that seemed to be the thing that everyone else has been doing.
Yep.
Nothing on that at all. I've tried that at 17 wraps. I've tried it on the little reed bed round the corner. I've had nothing on that at all, not even a bleep.
Yeah, everyone else seems to be picking a few up on zigs. My three have been on zigs. Fudge Addy's on the zig.
But I like to go against the grain.
Fishing, that's it, mate.
Against
Fishing
the
on the
grain,
bottom.
yeah.
And it's working. You can't argue with it. Are you going to stick with what you're doing?
If it's working, why change it?
You're going to look somewhere else to fish the right hand rod if it ain't been producing?
I've not got much choice apart from casting over to your swim now.
Ah.
All the island.
Someone else poaching me up on a social.
I've covered all of that ground around there
Right,
now, so
okay.
I think I'll leave it out there at 17 wraps. I've done some.
Is that just on PVA bag as well, yeah?
Yeah, he is now. Yeah, I've done some inside knowledge and there were some comments on Facebook about the lake, and someone had said peg 3, 17 wraps. So I've never fished here before. You've got to do your homework.
Yeah, that's very true, mate.
The life nowadays is social media homework,
And
which is a godsend.
Yeah, it makes life a little bit easier to find
definitely.
out a bit of info. Especially on dating, it's you're only here for 72 hours, so you've got to try and get that information.
I might stick a hinge stiff on that right hand rod and put a bed of bait out there and fish over that for the next 24 hours, which is what we've got left.
So you're just sticking to what you know, mate. Fishing over
That's how I
a bit
do
of
it.
bait on the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah. That's how I fish most places I go. I'll probably put other lakes. I'd probably go my syndicate. I know I'll fish a lot more boilie than I have here.
Yeah.
I've fished a lot of pellet and corn here, just to be something different. I do like to go outside the box and fish differently to how everyone else is, and it seems
Yeah, I
to
mean,
work.
that's it, mate. I'm 2 pegs down from
Yeah.
you, and all 3 of mine have come on zigs. I've had nothing off the bottom on the left hand rod. So for you to be picking them up, literally a few rod lengths to the right. You're
I don't know
on the
what
bottom.
anybody else is on the bottom, fishing on the bottom. I know. I think Cole's got a couple on the bottom.
Yeah, and I believe Paul's been fishing on the bottom through the night and putting zigs out during the day. And I think Fudge has done the same thing.
It's a confidence thing as well for me. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we spoke about it earlier.
A little bit of foam dancing around in the ocean doesn't really fill me full of confidence.
Yeah, you got to stick to what you know and what you're comfortable doing, mate, haven't you?
Yeah.
But hopefully it continues to pay off for you and you nick a few more.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
24 hours left.
Get some more bait out in a minute. Top up the swim and hopefully nick a few more.
Be lucky, mate.
I will.
Literally, I cast it back out. The foam must have just fallen off. And it went straight away. Yeah, massive drop back. But I don't care because what's in there is a unit and a lovely fish, mate. Yeah, man. Look at this, mate. Let me get the log. Look at this thing, mate. Look at that. Oh my days, mate. Look at that.
That's a banger. That is a... Oh, that's a beauty, isn't it? That's a stunner, mate.
In the mole swim, so I called it, innit? Unbelievable, man. I don't care about the size. That he's an absolute pearler. Shaking, mate. Shake like in ages. Well, I'm absolutely lost for words with this one. Pulled out last in the draw. Got a swim, but I didn't want to go in. Fish some zigs, which I don't normally like doing. And I managed to pull this one out. I've seen some photos of this before. We're at 31.8. I'm literally buzzing, shaking. What a fish, man. happy days.
So we got here Sunday, 2 o'clock. We could get on the lake. We all had a walk round, had a look at the swims, and then we did the draw. I came out middle in the draw. I think I was 3rd at the 6, and first choice of swim had gone, so I opted for peg 12, which I was quite pleased with actually. It's tucked away in the corner, and I've got a lovely tree-lined margin with a big overhanging snag, which looks really carpy, and I've got quite a bit of open water in front and slightly to the left, because we've closed off every other swim because there's only six or seven of us on, so made each of us have a little bit more water, which was nice. So tactics, I decided to go with solid PVA bag on my right hand rod with a chopped down wafter, some crumb boilie, bit of liquid and some small pellets, and I put the baiting pole down the far margin and just drop that in there. When we got here, the previous guys on the lake had quite a few out on zigs, so it'd be crazy not to do a zig. It's very zig weather as well, and so I put I think the left or middle one on a zig, and then the other one I put on the bottom with a slip D rig, which is basically my go-to rig at the moment. I'm having really good hook holds, and the stealth hook link is, if you can get that, but really supple, but also kicks out nicely as well. Bit of putty on there and a sinker, and a little kicker, and a micro ring swivel, just to bait floss the hook bait on. Hook bait went with a snowman bottom bait and 12mm pop up, which again is my go-to presentation at the moment. And yeah, so it started off a little bit slow. I think a couple of the guys there was 2 or 3 out, I think, the first night, and then the first morning I had a take, and unfortunately it came off within sort of 5-10 seconds. Just a hook pull, barbless rule on here, so a little bit tricky sometimes. Yeah, so second morning, 6:30 a.m. I had a screaming take on the middle rod, came out, struck into it, and absolute buzzing. The heart was racing to just try and land one of these really scaly bangers in Linbrook, and yeah, managed to get it in the net, and it looked a half decent fish, probably an upper double or low 20, but it had some lovely scattering of scales along, not quite a linear but really pretty fish. And anyway, unhooked it and recast the rod, and was waiting for Jack to come round and do some photos, and lo and behold, the fish got a bit lively, and it found a hole in the landing net, and the hole opened up and the fish swam away, which I could not quite believe, because I was holding the net up thinking it was still in the bottom, and it wasn't. So no pictures, but I did get a picture of it in the net, so I didn't get too much grief from the other guys about that. But yeah, no, buzzing with that, and I think we're on 9 fish now, 4 off the bottom, 5 on zigs, bit of a 50-50 really. I think there's 2 or 3 guys that are yet to catch, but hopefully with the last night approaching, another sort of 24 hours left for them, fingers crossed they can get one. It'd be nice if everyone could get one. It's a stunning venue, and yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, absolute carnage, man. I'll just put back, I had the 31 mirror first, put the rig back out, it went off again. Unfortunately I lost that one. Got the rig back out again, done the photos of the 30, and then this one rattled off. Nice 20-pound common, man. Again on zigs. It's been a mental, probably 2 hours I say, nothing all day, and then literally, what was it, 1, 2, 3 bites, something like that. But yeah, absolutely buzzing, man.
Oh, absolutely buzzing. That was, yeah, I'm a bit lost for words really. After losing the one yesterday and the one in the net. This is very pleased, over the moon to be fair. Beautiful scales, kind of a really grey fish, and yeah, on the wide gape, size 4s, stealth hook link, doing a business, absolutely made up, absolutely buzzing. Let's get it back.
So we're just heading into our final night, and what an epic day today's been, in all honesty. Started off really quickly this morning with Phil having one at first light in peg 3 and Chris in peg 12 nicking one this morning as well. Unfortunately he's managed to escape the net, so we've got no footage of that one. Slowed down throughout the afternoon, and then Paul, he had a take on the zig where unfortunately that come off, and then moving into the evening, Fudge had that immaculate 31.8 mirror. He's over the moon with that capture. It's a fish that he's been looking at since we first visited the venue in November. So for him to have that, we're all over the moon for him. And then Chris in peg 12 has managed to redeem his unfortunate situation from earlier, and he's landed another one. So we're going into tonight, fish are still active. There's fish topping over me, so I'm hopeful for another one. I'm hoping the other boys manage to nick one as well. I'm going to enjoy my cider, and I'll catch up with you a bit later on.
Fish number 5, 25 pound, 2 25s, 27, 2 15s on a session. All been caught on solid bags, DSD sniper hooks, a little essential cell dumbbell with a bag of pellet. Not a rumble, 5 fish in 3 days. They've all been cracking fish. There we go.
Right, happy days, man. Nothing's really been out for me in the mornings, so to get a take on the last morning and catch this mega scaly, just made the trip. I think that's 13 or 14 fish now, so yeah, what a way to finish off. Hopefully it's not the last one, but if it is, what a way to finish off, man. Happy days. Right, well, I thought the last fish would have been the last one, but this could possibly be. But we've still got a couple of hours left. There's plenty of fish out there, but look at this for a fish as well, man. 3 absolute bangers in a row. Buzzing, mate. What a trip, man. Decent. Oh, look at that, lovely. Did I say scaly banger?
No.
Banger. An absolute scaly. Oh, I'm not even going to say scaly. I'm not saying that word, bro. So when we come down here last November, I was looking at all the photos of the lake, all the fish in there, and I see that particular one. I see it on YouTube as well. A fella caught it. I just thought that'd be amazing. But to find out there's 420 fish in here, to try and catch it would just be needle haystack. But when it went in the net, I couldn't believe it, mate. Yeah, absolutely buzzing with it. To have fish a tactic that I don't normally fish, and to have 5 takes and lose 2, and to catch 3 absolute minters is, yeah, it's unbelievable, mate. So open my eye on zigs fishing anyway, definitely.
So we're just heading into the final hour of our Linbrook session. As you can see behind me, the barrel's loaded and ready to go. Just the rods out. I believe everyone else has packed down as well. Unfortunately, a couple of the boys had to leave early. The session itself though has been brilliant, to be fair. 15 fish out to 31.8. 5 lost, which on zigs happens, unfortunately. Fudgy's session turned a corner yesterday. He come out last in the draw. He was in an unfancy peg, but he's pulled it out of the bag. I think he's had 5 fish now to 31.8. 2 absolute stunners today, mid-20s. And then Phil, who came out second last in the draw, he's had 5 as well. All off the bottom, PVA bags. Fished over a bit of pellet and boilie, so up to 27. And Chris had one out of peg 12 late yesterday evening, just before he had to leave. A bit of redemption for the one that got out of the net. Myself, it slowed down the second half of the session. I've had them 3 and then it's been quiet. Unfortunately lost one last night. Bit of a funny take, so not exactly sure what happened. But the venue, we will definitely be back. It's an epic venue. I would recommend this highly to anyone. You've got power in your swims if you want it. I think it's an extra £5 for 24 hours for the power, but it just makes life a little bit easier for you. The fish are stunning. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to come here. We're going to see this next hour out, maybe nick another one for the cameras, but if we don't, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, see you soon.